Grease and Pulp Fiction are just a few of the reasons our first guest is one of the Hollywood's biggest superstars. His new movie, The Punisher, is in theaters now. Please welcome the one and the only John Travolta. That was fun.
Hi, everybody.
Well, you look really good. You look really, really good.
Well, thank you, Ellen.
Yeah. So now, it's not a big surprise that you just turned 50.
It's not a surprise at all.
Not anymore. No.
Well, publicized. I had an awesome birthday.
I know. Tell us about your birthday. Sounds amazing.
My wife prepared it for a year, and I told her that I didn't want to do anything big. 50, I'm out of breath from dancing.
Yeah. That's how I am every day.
So first I did, and then I decided not to because of the logistics and all that kind of thing. And she pulled off the party of the century.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It was amazing. And of course, I almost found out several times, but the dunce hat kept on getting bigger and bigger because I'd almost find out, and then she'd tell me some cover-up story, and I'd buy it, you know.
To hold something for a year, that is, I mean, it's one thing to plan a surprise party for a month, but because the hotel wasn't even opened yet.
No, that's correct.
I know that because I was there later, and I heard about the whole thing, and they had to rush to get it ready.
And the funniest thing was I arrived after more corporate jets had been at that local airport than I'd ever seen in my life.
In Mexico.
And I said to Kelly, I said, boy, that must be an awfully big golf tournament. And if I had looked closely, I would have seen, you know, OW, TC, all these celebrity initials on the jets. But of course, something in me made me ignore it. And I get to the hotel, and because she told them not to say surprise, everyone was quiet, okay? So I thought they were employees. Right?
You see Barbara Streisand, you think she's working there?
Yes. No, this is how dumb it got. I swear to you, this is how dumb it got. I looked there and I said, see, there are no free rides. We get a free room and a jet ride, and this is what we have to do all weekend long. We're gonna be taking pictures with all these employees, and that's what's gonna happen. See, and then I look out and I start to see, you know, celebrity faces, and I thought, what are they doing here? I swear to you, up to the last minute, I thought, what are they doing here? And then I got it. When Barbara and Oprah came, I thought I had died. They came kind of wistfully coming to me. I said, oh, I died, and this is what happens after you die.
Yeah. You go to Mexico with celebrities.
Exactly.
So, like, Carly Simon sang to you. It's amazing.
Well, okay, the first night, Natalie Cole and Jose Feliciano started the entertainment, and that was awesome. But the next night, it was kind of like, this is your life, you know, because Carly and I are old friends, and her son Ben and her sang some songs and dedicated them to me, and I started to cry, of course, and then it got worse. And then Tony Bennett sang Fly Me to the Moon, and then I can't even remember the lineup, it was so awesome. But by the end, when Tom Cruise brought out the birthday cake and Barbara Streisand sang Happy Birthday, I started to sob.
Yeah.
The snot was drooling down. And none of those pictures are available.
Yeah.
It was so unappealing.
They won't be framed, those pictures.
They will not be framed. But it looks something like this.
Oh,
But it was a marvelous and amazing thing.
Oh,
and it would take about 3 hours to go through all the details.
Yeah.
So, but that's a little nutshell.
That's pretty amazing that she planned that for 1 year and kept it a secret.
It was something. It was as stressful as I had imagined it would have been if I had been part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I wasn't part of planning that.
Yeah, I'm glad. And she's glad that and now you have to know, what do you feel? Do you feel pressure that you have to do something huge for her?
Yeah, I'm going to rent out Buckingham Palace and have Prince Charles sing Happy Birthday to her.
When is her birthday?
Well, she won't be 50 for 10 years, so...
No, not 50. Oh, just because you... But still, don't you feel like you should do something?
Well, I have a pretty big birthday for her anyway, every year. But I think it was a milestone for me. And I still may be dead, I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're not.
Everything's been perfect since then, so...
So, okay, so this also... Your life it's good. It's a good life. And I know you had some time there that a lot was, you really appreciate everything now.
Well, hey, you make all our lives better, and I'll tell you why. Even John Travolta, that's true, isn't it? I had a bad day, you know, and I was looking, thumbing through the television, and nothing was entertaining me, nothing. And I thought, is it possible that nothing can impinge on me anymore? And then you appear. And you start to make me giggle. And then you start to make me laugh, and suddenly I'm crying with laughter. And I said, no, I am alive, because Ellen has just proven that I can be affected. Oh. And you brought me out of the doldrums that day.
Well, thank you.
And I think you do that for everybody every day.
This is the beginning of my random act of kindness. I hope so. I mean, you know, and that's what you make everyone feel like that. I mean, everyone adores you. And I want to start with this because we have to go to commercial, but I don't know if everyone has seen Architectural Digest with, this was last month. I couldn't believe this picture. This is you and Kelly at home. And then in the background, there's a little jet parked in the carport. Just under... All right, so we're gonna go to commercial, and I want you to, because the pictures are incredible, that you just pull right up, you just pull right up underneath, and honey, I'm home. Come on in for dinner. All right, we'll be right back right after this. John Travolta. That was such a great movie. Don't you? Have you seen it recently? Do you watch it ever again? It was such a good movie.
Yeah, I'll catch it on television once in a while. I like the R version of it, though. I don't like the PG version.
I don't. What's...
Well, the R version was, of course, with all the language, which in New York was natural. It was you emphasized things with it.
Right.
But when they did the dub-in PG version, I didn't care for it. It wasn't as real to me.
Oh yeah, that's really hard when they do that. For the airplane versions.
Yes.
Yeah. You darn fool, and you can see the mouth is saying, that's not what he said. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like watching The Sopranos on the airplane one day going, that's not at all right. Anyway, let's talk about this. First of all, thank you for bringing disco back. I love that time for me is like, and we all, I think, associate you with that. So thank you to you for being around.
My pleasure.
It will never leave because of you. And what the finger in the air? Did someone choreograph that, or did you start that?
It was a last thought. The photographer literally said, you know, we did 6-day weeks, 18-hour days. It was exhausting. And the guy said, do you have any other ideas? And I said, okay, in a stupor. I said, how about this? and he clicked it. That's true.
Wow.
It was the last shot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were...
And I didn't even know what it meant. I mean, you could see that I was delirious.
Yeah.
Because what does this mean?
Well...
You see what I mean? And people think it meant from going from here to here.
Yes.
But the dance step wasn't necessarily up here. It was out here and to the side.
But, yeah, but that posture was that was impressive. Look at that.
Well... But again, it was more like a matador.
Yes.
I suddenly became very Spanish and became a matador.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly how I hail taxis. Taxi! Like that. So, and if they don't stop for a while, I look good. So, all right, so let's talk about this, because I know your passion is flying, and the house that you have in Florida, we can have it on the looky-loo here, because we still stored it. There's a carport. You just pull right up into your... Now, do you sleep with those big headphones on so that you can't...
No, it's very simple. Of course, this dream was created in the 60s when I was little. Because when I was little, everyone, according to the Jetsons, was going to have like a little, you know, airplane or jet in their apartment, their house, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I created this dream that one day I thought I would like to build a house around aircraft. Mm-hmm. And of course, very few people were doing it at this level. So.
Well, how many people here have that? Not a lot.
I decided that it was the 21st century, and that I should be innovative and be forward and do something that I promised myself in the 60s would happen, and because no one else was doing it. So there's my promise to myself.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even see a car there. Do you just fly everywhere?
No,
It's like to the store?
Cars are in the front of the house. See.
I didn't see. Oh,
Well,
the vintage
yes,
cars.
the
You
vintage.
have the really cool, right?
Oh yeah, there's no other cars to have but 50s cars.
What do you have? What's your favorite car?
I love the T-Bird series, the 55, 6, and 7 T-Bird.
That's
See, there's
oh
where
yeah,
the cars
that's
come in.
great. That's great. So is that mainly your? And how many other people live in this area?
Well, we're the only family there right now, but there'll be other families. I'm hoping that you'll move in with your plane.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a plane yet, but the closest I came to this is I slept at LAX once over a sleepover. I had a layover and I slept there, and it.
But you rented a Hawker.
Yeah.
I heard about that for
Yes,
your tour.
I have for the tour. I flew in a small little Hawker.
Yeah, but
1000.
it's a lovely jet, and it's a big jet too. But you could move there, and it could be in the backyard when you rent it.
Well, I should just try it out at your house first.
Why don't
I mean, I
you?
should just stay there and see how it goes.
You should.
All right,
You
well-
should do your shows from there.
Okay.
Now there's an idea.
All right. We have to take one more break, and then we'll be right back. You wouldn't be wooing like that if you knew what he did to her after that. That looks really good.
It's an awesome movie.
All right, so okay, so you're a bad. Tell us what this movie is. You're a bad guy in this.
I'm a fish that has short-term memory.
No, that's mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm a
that's not it. I've never heard of such a movie. Tell me about it.
I'm a gangster with short-term memory. Okay, I'm a wannabe blue blood in this movie, and he's all about bad money, but he thinks he's about good stuff. And the Punisher, well, without getting too much detail, my wife, who you saw me be kind of mean to, asked me to wipe out his family. And in turn, because the Punisher killed my son, so it's a revenge movie, but it's a comic movie, and it's hilarious.
Oh, it seems funny.
But in that scene, I think she has betrayed me, because the Punisher has cleverly set up this web of lies, much like my wife did for my birthday party. And so, typical stuff. And that was a scene where I'm just showing her how I feel about the betrayal.
Yeah. You were very upset.
Very.
Yeah. And she won't forget it.
She won't forget it.
Yeah. All right. So, well, it looks really good. It looks really good.
Thank you.
And I just have to ask you, before you leave, I read something, and you never know if these things are true or not, that you wear your underwear inside out because you don't want to get scratched by a label?
Well, I mean, I think it's a U.S. issue right now, is the whole label thing bothering the skin. So I've solved it by wearing, well, your underwear don't need labels.
Yeah.
I mean, don't need, you see, your label is...
It's just, yeah.
It's just there.
It's not
so
a label.
I just wear your underwear now.
Fantastic.
And
They're
it's
soft.
easy.
You'll like
and
them.
it's soft,
Yeah,
yes.
they're really soft.
At Target.
Yeah. We realized that was an issue that the government had not been addressing, and so we went ahead and we're taking care of it on our own.
But really, how many people, I mean, the tag thing is a pain.
I cut tags out of every single thing I wear.
It is, it's awful.
But is it everything or just underwear?
It's everything.
Yeah, me too.
Shirts, everything.
Me too. I take, and that's and then there are places, certain designers that they put the label on the outside.
Yes, and then that becomes a whole other thing.
Yeah.
However, did you ever buy a piece of clothing where you take the tag off and it all falls apart?
Yes.
What's that about?
Yeah, you cut a little too close to the seam, and the
Yes.
whole thing unravels.
And the more expensive the designer, the more they do that.
Yeah, they do that on purpose. You have to buy another
Yes.
one. All right, I loved you being here, and I loved talking to you, and come back anytime, and The Punisher is in theaters now. John.
I'm exhausted. I've been putting out fires all across the country.
Yes, I know. And then we play a little fire for you. A little Ohio players.
So good to be here.
It's good to have you here. You look nice, and the danger of black as I hugged you, and you know I'm caked with makeup, so it was just all over you. I think I got it off, though.
But it's your makeup,
it's
as
my
mother would say.
Oh, that's sweet. That's what your mother said?
Well, no, she would say something like generous like that, you know.
That's very
When my
sweet.
sister Ellen didn't have a prom dress, and she said, well, with your personality, Ellen, you don't need a dress. You see what I mean?
No, it sounds like she's going to go naked.
That's what she meant.
Oh, I see. Encouraging your daughter to be a floozy. I forgot you have a sister named Ellen. I like that.
I do. I love my sister Ellen.
Hey, listen. Last time you were here, we were talking about you're flying all over the place, and
Yes.
and I understand you went somewhere very exciting this summer.
Yeah, we went to Africa.
I've always wanted.
You've not done that?
I've never gone to Africa.
I recommend it.
I would love.
I mean, you have to be very careful about the safari you choose because some are better guarded than others, you know, patrolled. But I recommend it. The kids loved it. They were 7-9 hours on safari.
Now, where'd you go? What part of Africa?
It was South Africa and Port Elizabeth area, or Cape Town, I don't know. But anyway, the point was it was very entertaining.
I love that I know. What part? Like I know any... If this is Africa. So you're on safari in a nice...
open Jeep.
In an open Jeep?
Yes, and that was the exciting part. I mean, it's dangerous, but it was exciting. And it's very well, you know, they have to have armed guards in case an animal gets out of hand. And they don't, for the most part.
What did you see? Like, did you see kills?
No, you mostly saw gorgeous animals 10 to 30 feet away from you, lounging and lying around. It was pretty beautiful, actually.
Well, are they so used to Jeeps now that they just lay there like it's a zoo, like it's San Diego?
You are warned not to move. And then they want you to kind of stand still and, you know, like a mannequin.
That's relaxing.
But the truth is, the ride. No, she's right there. No, she's absolutely right because the ride is relaxing. Once you arrive at the setting, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
But the ride between the animals is wonderful.
Okay. Once you drive away from them.
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of animals did you see, for instance?
You see hippopotamuses and giraffes and leopards and...
Really, leopards?
Yeah. They're dangerous because they can get on your Jeep real quick.
Yeah.
Like they could jump in a single bound, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you're warned about that kind of thing. But regardless, it's fine dining and it's wonderful atmosphere, and I do recommend it.
Yes, but... That was such a reluctant advertisement for that. I do recommend it. Okay, so, and then you're in a beautiful tent. I've seen the pictures. They look great, but aren't there still bugs and everything?
Well, at this place there weren't bugs, but at others there are. Sometimes...
No bugs!
What I mean is that certain parts of Africa they have less infestation. And in the middle of Africa, it's far more, you see more moths than you do hippopotamuses. However, you know, I was in a clear bug area. Oh, God, I'm delirious. Between putting out fires and reminiscing about animals, I don't know what to do.
Well, all of that sounds like whatever they're getting rid of the bugs with was probably healthy to breathe in. Whatever so, and the kids liked it? I mean,
They loved it.
That must be amazing to see those animals. How close, like 20 feet?
No, literally 10 to 30 feet.
Really?
Yeah, and that's the mannequin part, dangerous part. However, it really was rare. They were they're out 7-9 hours at a time.
The Jeeps?
No, the children. The children were on the Jeeps.
Wow. You just send them away?
No, I was on the Jeeps with them.
All right.
I feel like we're in some Noel Coward comedy.
All right. I'll try to keep you on track. You're delirious.
Delirious.
All right, so...
I didn't expect you to come talking about safaris.
Yeah. Well, that's why I found out you went to Africa, and I couldn't wait to hear about it.
But the colors today in this living room are the colors in my living room.
Yeah.
The blues and aquas are
Hey, look
gorgeous.
at this.
avoiding things. Okay.
All right, listen, we have to take a break. And
Thank God.
we'll be right back. We're back with John Travolta. So the last time you were here, your wife had surprised you for your birthday and did this huge thing for you. And then it was just recently you celebrated your 13th wedding anniversary.
13th anniversary, yes.
So congratulations
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank
And you and Kelly Preston right there, the beautiful and brave Kelly Preston. So now, what did you do? Did you do something special for her?
We did absolutely nothing.
Oh, great. She threw this whole huge thing for you for your birthday?
We were so Hollywood by the time it got to our anniversary. I was in Venice, she was in Toronto at our film festivals. We just have so much confidence in the relationship that we'll celebrate it another day.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, it's true.
Yeah. Because every day's a celebration, right? Because you're a romantic guy, so you're always doing something. Well, what we wanted to do for you, because we looked it up, 13 is lace. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Lace. So what we did for you, because we know you're flying around all the time, we got you some doilies for the plane, so things don't fly around on your 707.
But I don't want to soil your face.
Now, of course, when you go to sleep... What? The lace is on the back, by the way.
Oh, the lace is... I didn't care about that.
There's a theme to this. And then, of course, if you're chilly...
Oh. Well, let's pretend we're on the plane.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, let's pretend that we're on a plane going far away together.
Let's pretend we're going to Africa.
Okay.
Okay. Can I get some peanuts? Okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yes. Ellen would like some peanuts.
Wouldn't you be flying, though? Don't you normally fly yourself?
Oh, honey, I put it on autopilot and I get in the back. It's much more fun.
Whoa! Okay.
Oh, look out the window.
Oh.
Look, there's a safari.
It's always on the other side. It's never on the side you're on.
Exactly.
You're always having to crawl over somebody.
This is like a 14-hour flight.
Is it 14 hours?
Oh.
This is the way we should interview people all the time.
I would love, do you know how much I would love that to be
sleepy.
Let's do it. Let's try it for just a few minutes.
Okay, so I was going to ask you about the kids, if you were a strict dad, because I can't imagine somebody that you would be actually strict.
I'm a pushover.
Yeah?
Honestly. You know, they get away with anything they want. And that's okay by me. I did when I was a kid, and look what happened to me.
Yeah. So you don't punish them or anything like that?
Oh,
God, are they
no.
good kids?
Oh, they're beautiful. I love them.
Describe them to me.
That was a combination of Bridget Bardot and Jane Fonda in the way she looks.
How old is she?
She's 4.
Wow.
She was so funny yesterday. We have a very good friend of ours, a Mexican family that lives with us, because they're Jet's and Ella's best friends, these kids. And at 4, she said, I wish you were Jackie's dad. And I said, well, I kind of am. I said, you know, I give them a house to stay in, and I feed them. And she said, no, you don't. I said, I do. Who do you think pays for all this? And she said, well, are we Mexican? That turbulence. The first thing you do on a long flight is you get rid of this darn collar thing.
I also want to get closer to you.
Oh, please.
We have to go to a break. We'll be right back. Back with John Travolta.
This in-flight movie was excellent.
Oh, I love that. I hadn't seen it yet, so I'm glad it's on the movie, on the flight today. Ladder 49 is the name of the movie. And now, what did you have to do everything to prepare for this? To like go? What?
I did everything.
Everything.
Because I was the captain and the chief, and I had to know all the jobs. And you know, it's not that I'm getting long in the tooth for this kind of thing, but I'm a little old to be doing everything in a fire department.
Right.
You know, thus I was cast as the captain and the chief. But nevertheless, I had to have a history, so I wanted to be a good actor and do my due diligence. So we, you know, we threw ourselves all those buildings and we get into fires.
You went on calls, right?
We went on calls. We put out car fires. And, you know...
Wait, there's someone actually that has their car on fire and John Travolta shows up to put out the... I mean, really?
Yes.
Did they flip out? Did they like, oh, yeah.
It was more like, that ain't him.
Yeah.
That him?
Yeah.
You know, it was that kind of...
Really? And you actually held the hose?
I did. and Joaquin was holding the hose ahead of me, and I was guiding him off often. And there was one scene where rats were coming down the steps, and he was scared of the rats. You know, he didn't want to step on them and stuff, and I had to push him up like a good captain. And oh, there's a lot of stuff. It's
too much to mention, probably.
Will it ever end?
All right. So, but it looks like it, and it's a. And Joaquin Phoenix, who is fantastic.
Oh, he's adorable. And
he's great.
Yeah, he's really great. No, in all seriousness, it's hard to be serious in this whole getup, but
yeah.
In all seriousness, all these actors really put their egos on the doorstep and became selfless for this movie because the firefighters are very important to us. And we know that, and we had finally a chance to do a movie that could be bigger than us, could be more important than us. And after Ground Zero, everyone felt this tremendous kinship to these guys and gals throughout the country, and we just wanted to pay homage to them in this movie, and I really think we did it.
Good.
I think we did a good job.
Yeah, they do in a very important job and are very underappreciated. So.
And what I hope, and my wish is to one day, maybe it will enlighten someone to pay them more than what they get.
Seriously, seriously, absolutely.
That would be nice.
All right. So, Ladder 49 is in theaters now.
Yes.
And I have not seen it. I cannot wait to see it. I'll bring my blanket. And John Travolta's going to be back for one more thing a little later in the show. We're gonna do something that I'm going to do something with you that you had to do in the movie.
I did, and the sad thing about what we're going to do together is that the first time I tried to do this on camera, I was so slow, all the guys from the fire engine said, Travolta, the fire's out. Putting on the equipment.
Really? But we're going to...
I will demonstrate how slow I was.
We'll see. I've never done it myself, so we're going to do it a little later.
All right, good.
All
we're
right.
going to be a lovely couple doing it.
I can't wait. I look forward to getting dressed with you. We'll be right back, right after this.
Oh, Ellen.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Johnny.
You know what? I love you so much. And I'm so afraid I'm not going to be as funny this time because I'm not tired.
Oh.
Remember last time I was so exhausted that
it was
another, zone.
It was hilarious. I have never seen you. I mean, really, people forget how much when you have to do so much press and you're talking about the same thing over and over and answering the same questions, you start to lose it. And you had lost it by the time you got here.
I did. It was a glee fest.
Yeah. It was great, though. I loved it.
I did, too.
I really had fun. I don't have pillows for you right now, but
That's all right. You got an old photograph of me, though.
I do. This is you when you were 12 years old. 10?
No, actually, no, I was 12.
I don't know, but this is what... Look at you there. What do you think? Do you remember that picture being taken?
I sure do. It was my first acting job.
Really?
I was in Frank D. Gilroy's Who Will Save the Plowboy. It was a very serious play.
Uh-huh.
And there I was taking a headshot. How about that? Now, what's this other one?
And who would know? Wait, I want to stay on this because look at you now. Who would, did you have, I always wonder that, like if you had in the back of your mind that you knew you would be this big, that you would do something this huge with your life at that age?
Well, no one can predict that, but I certainly wanted to be an artist and wanted to do it well. I was very dedicated, even at that age, and pushed my mother. My mother was an actress herself, but like the show Gypsy, where there was a pushy mother, showbiz mother, I wanted her to do that with me, and she didn't do that.
Wow.
Isn't that sad? But I got here because she had kind of already put all her energy into Ellen, my oldest sister, and Margaret, and they weren't as interested, even though they ended up in the business. But I really wanted it more than they did.
Wow.
And look what happens.
Yeah, well, but obviously because you wanted it more. And I think that there's a voice inside your head that makes things happen when you want something that bad.
Je suis d'accord complètement.
Yes.
Yes.
Creole Lady Marmalade.
That's French for I completely agree.
Yeah, that was a lot of words for I completely agree.
I know.
Yeah, it's too many words. The French waste words all the time. What happened to oui?
Oui.
Yeah.
Justement.
Yeah. How many languages do you speak? That was impressive.
2.
Yeah, just French and English?
No, English, French, and German.
Really?
How many other languages? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You want to hear some German?
Yes, please.
Kann ich bitte habt ein Glas Wasser?
How dare you? You're full of talents.
Oh, God.
Do you play any instruments? Are you talented in other ways that we don't know?
Oh, I'm sure I'm talented in some ways you don't know, but... oh, baby. I played the violin for about 20 minutes.
Did you really?
Yes. I wasn't particularly good at it.
20 minutes?
But I love this musician, Stefan Grappelli.
Right.
Violinist. And what did you bring? Oh, come on. Did you really? Oh, I have no idea of how to play that.
I actually heard that you play. Wait.
My dog has fleas. No, I don't play at all.
Well, we heard you did.
Could you? Okay, that's it.
No, come on.
Can we get real violins behind us so we look like we know what we're doing?
Aren't these real?
No, I mean real people that are actually talented at it.
Oh. This isn't hard at all. That's the fiddle?
That's the fiddle.
Why do you have to have your head in that ridiculous position, though? I mean,
I don't know. It's not flattering.
No, can't you just hold it in a way that looks cooler?
I think you could. Yeah, like down here.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Daniels might.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Some other way. But this is you have that chin thing, and that's got to be exhausting.
Yes. Although if you wanted to look better, you could get rid of your chins.
Hold it like
poking
that.
it up.
That's actually a better way to play.
And if I could get someone behind here like this, that would be like a facelift.
Yeah. Does anyone here know how to play violin? No one.
See, it's a dying art.
Yeah. So I saw you at the Grammys a while ago.
I saw you at the Grammys. Was it fun?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Who did you hang with?
Well, at first, at least Marie Presley, who's like my daughter. You know, I saw her firstly, and then it was Steven Tyler and Christina Milian who we presented the award together.
Right, and then that was it?
And then I went off to, I'm embarrassed to say what I did after, but I've gained a little weight. And I asked the store to close down to get clothes that fit me, because even though everyone said I looked good that night, I was sucking it in, and I wore a black suit that fit well.
So you went to buy clothes?
I went to buy clothes immediately after.
Really?
No partying, no thing, because I said I had a lot of interviews to do. I had the Ellen Show to do this week, for God's sake.
Yeah, well, you gotta get ready for that.
So Armani was very good, and they picked like 3 hours. It was 3 hours. They picked like 10 outfits, and this was one of them.
I like it. That's
Thank
great.
you.
That's really good. Well, you do look great, by the way, but I know what that feels like. I mean, like, it's amazing what just a couple of pounds, and it just ruins how you feel in clothes.
It does, and then it can actually affect how you present yourself.
Exactly. You feel
a little self-conscious.
And it's just a couple of pounds, and it's all of a sudden
and if someone could just hold my face back at the same time.
and put on huge baggy clothes, so you feel really. That's what the risk is. If you buy baggier clothes, then you feel good about yourself, and you keep gaining weight because they're baggy.
Exactly.
And so
it's that feeling you're very familiar with. When you're in shape. You know?
Right. No, and I haven't worked out lately, so I feel horrible.
I haven't either.
All right, because I was going to say, because it doesn't seem like your kind of music. Like, you know, do you know the difference between Lil Jon or anybody's? Do you know all the littles?
You mean like, is it rap you're referring to?
Yeah. Is it rap I'm referring to, so you don't know?
Well, I'm not a big, look, it's a whole subject matter we'll have to discuss.
All right.
Do you need to go to a commercial?
Yes.
Okay, when we get back, we'll discuss it.
All right, and then we'll talk about Be Cool, your new movie.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
Good.
That's cool. We're back with John Travolta, and that's you and Uma Thurman dancing.
Yeah, that was exciting.
Yeah, it's a huge
cool.
cast, right?
Yeah, you got The Rock, you've got Vince Vaughn, Uma Thurman, you got Danny DeVito, you've got, oh my God, I'm leaving out a ton, Cedric the Entertainer, you got Andre 3000. I mean, this is
that's
a fabulous
an amazing cast.
And they're all great in it. And thank you. And Elmore Leonard, who wrote Get Shorty and wrote the sequel book Be Cool, you know, I wouldn't do a sequel arbitrarily. I don't believe in them. I just don't think they're necessary to do. But because it involved Elmore, I felt that it was worthy of doing. And he just did a fabulous job.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Yeah, you said you're really happy with it.
I saw this picture here, and my daughter, you ready for this? My daughter's 4 years old, and she insisted on her own limousine with her girlfriend, Jackie. And the two of them were alone in the back with the driver. I'm a nutty father to let this be, you know.
Yeah.
And they met us at the premiere, and then I grabbed her, and that's when we took that picture. But then, towards the end of the film, we said, you know, honey, you're going to have to go home after this. And she said, I want to go to the after party. 4, right? Now, this is scary.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's probably better if you go home. She said, no, I need to go to the after party. And at the after party, she was there with her girlfriend, and they were dancing and posing with other, like, the rappers' kids and things like that.
Oh, that's adorable.
You know, and, you know, take someone like Jamie Lee Curtis, who was the second generation of a Hollywood royal family, let's say. I always imagine that kind of thing kicked in at like 15 or 16.
Right.
Not at 4.
Yeah.
But apparently, do you ever see this show called Polly Pockets? Do you know what it is? The girls love it. And Polly Pockets is a cartoon character. Who knows? She could be 4, she could be 10. But she lives in a mansion with just a butler. And she just shops and flies around in her own airliner. And goes to school and then parties.
Oh,
which is what Ella does.
It
basically.
sounded like Paris Hilton until you said goes to school. And
Yes.
then you lost me. Yeah. Wow. We have to go to a break, and I don't even know what to say about that. That there's a cartoon character that lives in a mansion and parties and goes to
and is about 4 years old, which
Yeah.
unfortunately reflects my daughter.
Of course. That's
sad.
Yeah. I was looking at Casper the Friendly Ghost when I was that age, and that's what I am. All right. So we have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to play a little game with the audience to test them to see if they remember all of your dance moves from different movies. So we'll be right back. They know. We're back with John Travolta. And now it is time to play Dance Like John Travolta. John will draw the name of a song from one of his films, and one of these 3 studio audience members will have to recreate his famous dance scene from that film. John and I will then decide who's done it best, and then you will win a prize. Who am I kidding? You'll all win a prize. All right, let's meet our first contestant.
I've chosen one.
Okay, wait, let's meet our first contestant. Your name is?
Denise.
Hi, Denise, and where are you from?
From Toronto, Canada.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome, Denise.
Welcome.
All right. Let's see what you've chosen. And
okay,
let's see
it says Born to Hand Jive from Greece.
Angela, where are you from?
Hayward, California.
Hayward, California. Boy, you got some competition here.
I know.
All right, you never can tell from Pulp Fiction.
I'm Ginger.
Ginger, where are you from?
Phoenix, Arizona.
All right. Phoenix in the house.
Okay.
All right.
Well, the only one left is either. You could choose this. You should be dancing from Saturday Night Fever or Grease Lightning from Grease.
Grease Lightning.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I don't think we can pick a winner out of this.
You know, when it's this good, you can't pick a winner.
No, they all win.
They all win.
They all win. You won a collection of John Travolta's DVDs and an Insignia portable DVD player. Look at all that you get.
What did you win?
All of your DVDs and a DVD player.
Can I have one?
Yes.
Okay.
Be Cool opens in theaters nationwide on March 4th. We'll be right back. Don't go away. All right.
Okay. You were so off the hook on the Oscars.
Oh.
Oh, my God. It's never been done funnier or better.
Oh, thank you.
By the time you had that vacuum cleaner out, I died. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen, giving the script to Scorsese.
Thank you.
I mean, you're amazing.
Thank you so much. It was, did you enjoy the show?
I did enjoy the show.
Yeah, did it feel long in the audience, honestly? Because everyone's saying it felt really long watching it.
They did?
That's what I'm hearing.
Well, of course, I was there, and I was waiting for my buddy Forrest Whitaker to win.
And he did. And he did. He was amazing.
My God.
He was amazing.
Amazing.
You know, it really, and you saw Venus probably. Did you see
Yeah.
Venus? I mean, Peter O'Toole really is a brilliant actor and has been for a long time. It was a tough thing because Forrest, and you know, he was on the show. He was incredible in that role.
Incredible. It was a freakish thing, you know?
Yeah, he became
He
man.
did.
He really did.
Oh, I was so excited about
Yeah.
that. Because, you know, Forrest and I did 2 movies together. Phenomenon, Battlefield Earth.
Right.
And I've always believed in him, and he always believed in me.
Yeah.
So to be right next to him when he won that award was so satisfying. I felt like I won it.
Yeah.
You know, it was so beautiful.
Oh, that's great. And then did you go to parties?
I went to the Governor's Ball, great food.
Yeah.
Wolfgang Puck was actually there, like, cooking. We were so hungry. You know, you start at 2:30 in the afternoon, and they keep you till 11, and you are starving. You're famished.
Yeah.
And backstage, they give you these little finger foods, and you got Nicole Kidman and I both going.
Yeah, right.
Just to get enough energy to get out to do the award,
Right.
you know?
Oh, I know. Well, I hadn't eaten all day. I mean, because I didn't have time, and I wasn't in the green room with finger food. I was like, by the end of the night, you're just like at the Vanity Fair party, every tray that walked by, just like grabbing stuff. So
Then we went to the Vanity Fair party after that.
Yeah.
With Forrest. We were just a little, you know, it was kind of sad, though, because it was only our little group with Forrest.
Who was your group? Who was there?
It was Kelly and myself and Keisha, his wife, and Forrest. And you know, like when the documentary film wins and there's just a little tiny group in the back going like this? And then you have like the Scorsese group, there's 50,
Yeah.
and they're all jumping up and down.
Yeah.
It was just our little group when he won, like,
Yeah. Not really. Everybody was happy
no,
for
of course,
Forrest.
but I mean, we got out of our
Yeah,
seats.
right. Yeah.
Like that, so it was very, but anyway, we followed, our little group went around to all the parties and went to the Vanity Fair party.
And are you a partier, you know, usually?
By nature?
Yeah, like,
No,
no?
no.
How late were you out?
We were out till 3.
Yeah.
It was late. And Oprah didn't go to bed at all because she had her show in the morning.
Yeah, I know. It's a hard one with the
How about
Oscars.
you, too?
Yeah, I got a few hours sleep. I got, you know,
How you doing?
Good. Well, you know, I've had plenty of rest. It's Wednesday now. I'm fine. So,
Oh, my goodness.
So, and Kelly looked beautiful. She looked beautiful, and
I bought her that. I picked out that dress.
Really?
And I for Christmas present. And we waited for a special occasion.
who is that dress? Who makes that? Do you know?
Dolce & Gabbana.
Beautiful.
And
They were there last night at the party.
Yes. And I said, you're going to get a lot of attention, you being the cat that you are in that. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And now, and how? What about more babies? Is that?
We'd like another child.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Really?
We're going to start this summer. You know, the summer, for some reason, I don't know what the heat of the moment is. It seems like a good time
to start
having babies. Yeah. So that'll be our last, probably. But
Really?
Yeah. We're pretty good. We get pregnant quickly. Especially me.
You do? You get pregnant
Yeah, I
quickly?
do. I get fat very quickly.
So you really can. You just wait and you go, okay, we'll start now, and then you time it out for like
I
the
know
month
it
you
sounds
want.
kind of unromantic, but
Yeah.
you can do it that way.
Well, most people want to do it that way. They try to plan that like that.
And there's ways of getting boys or girls depending on what you want. But I'm not going to go into that. There's secrets.
I know there are secrets in some ways, but not if it's just a
No,
you and her way.
Well, there's all sorts of tricks that the doctor recommends. You know, if you want a boy or a girl, it's very interesting.
Really?
Private conversation.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you all later. And your daughter wants to act now, is that right?
My daughter is so spectacular, and the funniest thing, I have ever seen. She is
How
hilarious.
old is she?
She's 6. She came the other day and she said, Dad, she said, don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Where did she learn, Kelly? Where did she learn that? And then earlier time, she said, Daddy, she said, I like big butts and I can't deny it. She's homeschooled.
She's listening. She has music class. But she's listening to old school. I like big butts and I cannot lie. What station is playing all those things?
Who knows?
It's
I
fantastic.
don't have a clue.
All right. Well, and you're going to act with her, so I like that.
Yes.
Right?
I'm very excited about it. We were presented a film, but you know, really, it was Pursuit of Happiness that inspired that. So we had her watch Will's son. And said, you got to be that good.
Yeah.
If you're going to do this.
Yeah.
And so it was really that. Because he's always done beautiful things with his kids. The funny thing is they won't allow couples on screen. The studios are really balk at that.
Yeah.
But they don't mind doing parent-child relationships.
Well, that's because the couple thing hadn't worked. I think if it did work,
Probably.
it always kind of, I don't know why.
And even Kate Hepburn and Spencer Tracy weren't really.
Yeah.
They were an unofficial couple.
Right.
And maybe that's why
it worked.
Yeah.
You have to be unofficial. You have to break up and do a film, and then it works. All right, we have to take a break. We'll be right back with John Travolta. They just bumped in with that shot of that bike. That is a gorgeous bike.
Isn't it
That is a
gorgeous?
good-looking bike.
And that is a Harley.
Yeah.
And I think it's a soft tail.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
And Harley Owners Group. I learned that recently.
Yeah, I didn't
From
know either. Yeah. All right. So is this true that you want to go into space?
Well, it's not necessarily that I want to go into space. I've been invited into space. Federal Express, and then there's another company, the X Prize company and Breitling Watches, who I represent. They're doing these special projects. Some are into suborbital concepts, and some are into space shuttle concepts. So,
you want to do it?
I'm considering it. I mean, I recently had the privilege of flying the biggest airliner in the world called the A380, and I was the first non-test pilot to ever fly it, and that was a very big deal. Very proud of myself. And as I do these things, I think I'm turning into Howard Hughes to the aviation industry.
Yeah.
They keep on expecting more from me or something.
And what is that? How do you, is the panel, it must be completely different. You can just get into another plane and is it like a car where it's basically the same kind of thing? Or?
Well, the principles of flight are all the same. It's just what that particular aircraft does that might be slightly different, and you learn those, the speeds and where switches are and whatever, what have you. And then once you know that, you can pretty much fly anything.
And so when how many planes do you have?
I have 2.
And so do you always fly, or do you have pilots sometimes you don't want to fly?
I do have pilots. As a matter of fact, 2 of them are in the audience today, Keith and John.
Hi, Keith and John, wherever they are.
Where are you?
Everyone looking everywhere.
And they're lovely partners.
Look what you've done.
They're lovely wives.
Oh, they're over here. Hi.
There they are.
How you doing?
And son. There they are. And we take turns. I tend to hog the left seat. I'm a wild hog, and I tend to hog the left seat, so I have to give up that seat so they can practice too.
But you like to fly.
I love it.
And you've always wanted to fly.
Since I was 5 years old.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That you would, and you have 2. And let's talk about. I don't want to let you go without talking about Hairspray, because this is what a cast, right?
Oh my goodness.
Huge. Queen Latifah. Who else is in it?
Michelle Pfeiffer. Christopher Walken plays the husband.
Wow.
Yeah.
And wait, did we
That's
just?
me. That's
How much
me.
hair and makeup is that? How
Oh,
long?
a ton. It
How
was
long?
5 hours.
5 hours. I never understand people who want to do things like that. I mean, it's always the end result is hilarious, but how can you sit still for that long?
You watch DVDs. I watched like C&D movies.
Yeah.
While I was to entertain myself, to distract myself from the 1960s. You know, anything.
Wow.
To distract yourself.
And then how do you sing and dance with that much, extra padding
not
on
an
you?
easy thing. But part of the character interpretation was that I pretended that she thought she was 100 pounds. So everything is very light, you know,
Right.
and that kind of thing. But it was fun. It was fun. I look like if my sister Annie ate my sister Ellen. But,
It's... Wow. That's frightening. You're so much better looking now.
Well, thank you.
So much better looking now.
After the
Are we
change,
taking another
yeah.
break, and then we'll be back with John Travolta? He just makes me laugh. John Travolta. That is just that one little gasping at the phone. All right, so that was a great cast too. You talk about that was Tim Allen and Martin Lawrence and Bill Macy.
Marissa Tomei.
Oh God, that must have
We
been
had
fun.
such a blast.
Yeah.
We really did. You know, you rarely get to have that kind of company in a movie.
Yeah.
And when you do, the laughs between the takes are far more important than any laugh that's on screen.
Yeah.
But it gives you the energy and the bleed over into the laughs on screen.
And did everyone ride before the movie, or did everybody learn to ride?
I was the most experienced rider, even though earlier it didn't look like I was.
No,
But
I was kidding before we came out. I whispered in his ear, I said, go as fast as you can and then slam on the brakes. And then you actually tried to do it. I was like... But then the rest learned?
yeah, they did. We had to do a lot of formation, riding and parking in the right place for the camera to catch the right angle and what have you. And that was difficult, but it bound us. I mean, it really was an experience that got us closer.
Yeah, I bet. It looked like a lot of fun. And so you have, how many bikes do you own?
I don't have a bike, but Disney has promised
They're going to give you one.
They're going to give me one.
And so what about that one? What are you going to do with that one?
Well, maybe we should give it away.
Today?
Sound good?
Yeah, let's do that. All right. We'll give it later on, not right now.
Okay.
We got to figure out how we'll give it away, but we'll give it away to somebody in this audience.
Really? Yeah.
All right. Come back and help me do that in a minute.
Let's do it.
Wild Hogs is in theaters everywhere March 2nd. John Legend's going to perform for us, and then after John Legend sings, we'll come back and give that bike away.
So great.
Thanks. All right, well, this is exciting for me. This is like a $20,000 bike, right? All right, let's find out who the audience is going to win the brand new Harley Davidson. If I call your name, jump up and down like crazy. Where's my hat? All right.
Oh, Tracy Johnson. Oh, I thought you said you ride.
No.
I ride with somebody.
Oh, with someone.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So look at, I mean, this is crazy, right? And this is where the noise comes out of.
I don't know what to say.
What you should do is you should get on the back.
With John Travolta.
Come on. You had your first ride. Very good.
That is a gorgeous bike. Congratulations.
Oh my God, thank you.
What, is it a soft tail? Is that right?
It is a soft
It's a
tail.
Harley Davidson soft tail.
It's gorgeous.
And it's.
Can I get lessons?
John? I would recommend.
Well, do you have a boyfriend or a husband?
Oh, husband.
Well, does he ride?
He's going to now.
Yeah, but you're just saying you want lessons from him, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sit here.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
We do this a lot.
I know. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Great.
So,
What's happening?
well, I went to a premiere last night at Bolt, and it was really good.
Yeah. Are you happy with it?
I'm really happy with it.
Oh, that's great.
I did a song with Miley Cyrus that my daughter's really happy with.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how about you? You like your new home?
I do. It's very nice here.
You have a lot of guests.
We're wasting money on chairs. We should just have the one chair.
Do you have people over every day?
Yeah, every day there's people like that out there.
At afternoon tea? Oh my God.
The thing about John is that you don't really, I always am self-conscious, like, oh, I'm squishing you. He's just so solid. You don't even feel like you're hurting him. You just feel like you can just take it. You look great. I think you look fantastic. I love what you're wearing. And,
thanks.
And it's good to see you. And I have not seen you in a while, but every time I see you, I'm on your lap somehow. I don't know why, but I like it. You were in Paris, right?
I was in Paris doing an action movie with Luc Besson. And it's a kind of James Bond meets John Woo type movie. And we're busy doing that. The family was with me for 2 months over there in a big chateau.
Oh, wow.
And that was exciting.
I bet that was exciting.
But we wanted to come home. We missed home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what do you do while you're there? You just work, or do you have time off to actually
Well, on the
sightsee?
weekends we went away. Went away to Prague one weekend. We went away to Scotland another weekend.
And do you fly yourself?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Because you just flew an Airbus recently, right?
Yeah, how about that?
I was invited. I wanted to go, but I was
wanted
working.
you to go.
You went to San Francisco and back? Is that what you did?
Yeah, it's the largest airliner in the world, I think in history, actually, called the A380, and I had the honor of being the first non-test pilot to pilot that plane.
Tell people about this plane, though. That is an honor. That's really
It is
amazing.
an honor.
But wait, tell people about this incredible plane. What's in it? It's huge.
Well, it's actually outfitted to seat up to 800 people, so it's kind of like a flying ship, and Qantas has it for 450 people, so you have a lot more room, leg room, and comfort in 3 or 4 different classes. But it's up to date as far as it's very forgiving as an airplane. It's a pilot's airplane, so it helps you. If you were to make any mistakes, it kind of backs you up on these things.
What, it just corrects you? It says, no, I don't think so. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It does, which I don't like, really. I like the old style of flying, I like the old,
shift? You shift yourself?
The shift, yes.
I don't know anything about piloting. I assume you shift.
But for the passenger, you should rest assured that you are that if the pilot's not good, it's going to be backed up by a very smart airplane.
At some point, do you think we'll even need pilots? Don't you think it's just going to be a computer flying?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're heading in that direction.
And how can something, I know this is a naive question probably, but how can something that gigantic fly? I mean, isn't that just too big for the sky?
Not really.
Okay.
But if you want to get into the aerodynamics, I could draw you a picture about the pressure underneath the wing being greater than the pressure on top of the wing.
But at some point, the pressure isn't enough. I mean, right?
It is, actually.
It is?
You could probably have this building fly if you put the large enough wing on it.
What a wonderful idea, that we can take the show just flying around. We'll take you home. We'll drop you off and bring you back to Pittsburgh or wherever you're visiting from. And so, and does Kelly love flying as much as you do? Does she enjoy?
Thank goodness we're a flying family. We all like to fly. And about every 3 weeks we get antsy and we have to move. We're gypsies, kind of, that way.
And 17 years, right? You just celebrated your anniversary?
Yeah, 17 years married.
That's a long time.
In Hollywood.
It is. No, but it is. You know what I mean? It's like and do you attribute that to her being able to travel with you when you work, or time apart?
Well, that's a good question.
Thank you.
A mix of all those things, I'd imagine, but we work things out, and kids help an awful lot. You fall in love with your children, and then you make things work. If things go off center, you just make them go on center for the kids.
How about the kids?
Yeah.
There's your family. That's very sweet.
Aw, there's my babies.
That's really sweet. And then you were just in well, speaking of kids, don't you keep saying you want more? Do I keep hearing that?
I do, and I think I'm going to end up getting more dogs than children.
Really?
Yeah, because we keep on discussing it, and then we end up doing other things. So, yeah.
Well, you can adopt.
And adoptions is certainly possibly in the cards as well. So I love having kids. I grew up in a household of 6 children, so I'm very comfortable with a lot of kids around.
With a lot of kids.
Irish neighborhood in New Jersey, the average family was 12 kids, so it's a little different today, but I'm comfortable with a lot of kids.
You could adopt me. I would like to be in
you're
your
adopted.
family. Okay, good. I'd love to come over and just hang out in your family.
I want you to.
Okay, I will. I will. And Ella was just in a movie with you, is that right?
Oh, yeah. Ella did great. She and Robin Williams and my wife, Kelly, were all in a movie together called Old Dogs, and it's not out till next year. But we had a blast, and she was such a natural, And they did an audience survey, and she scored 100% in their excellent category.
Did they know she was your daughter?
No.
Really?
No.
Because now, what if she wasn't good? Would you be honest with her and say maybe you shouldn't be an actress?
I would never do that
No.
because I think there's a room for honesty and a room for white lies. And, but she, fortunately, is excellent. I mean, honestly, with no exaggeration. And I put my reputation on the line because I kind of asked the studio as a favor to do this, and she came through really better than all of us. We're all eating up the scenery and hogging it, and she's just laid back and, you know, performing beautifully and naturally.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, and she's very funny, too.
So she really wants to do this. She wants to pursue it.
Oh, God, yes. And she should. She's a real natural.
Oh, that's great. Well, she's beautiful.
Thanks.
All right, we have to take a break, and then because it's Naughty November, I will be asking you the naughtiest thing you've done and stuff like that. We'll be back. That's John Travolta and both. And so Miley Cyrus was on our show yesterday, and I mean, she's just got such a fan base, and Ella must have been so impressed that you were.
Oh, my God. I can dine on that for months, you know. It was enough doing a movie with her, but then to sing a song with her. You know, isn't it amazing how much we feel we have to impress our children? You know, I was so anxious to be a cool dad for Ella, and boy, did I become a cool dad instantly. You know, with doing a song with Miley and a movie with her. So
that's funny that that's what makes you a cool dad. I mean, to everybody here, you're like John Travolta, and you're trying to impress your daughter that you're working with Miley Cyrus.
It's kind of sad, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. No, she's adorable, Miley. But so $2.36 billion is what your movies have made just here in the United States.
Yeah, in the theaters anyway.
That's in the theaters alone. That's crazy. And now, what do you have memories of these that you kind of like Saturday Night Fever? What is your biggest memory of doing that movie?
Well, gosh, I worked so hard to do that performance for 9 months prior to that, that my memories are working really hard, 6 days a week, 18-hour days, and hoping that I would arrive in the film community as a viable entity.
That was the first one, right? That was the first thing that really kind of started.
Big time, yeah.
That was such a great film.
Thanks.
You were so good in that.
Thank
you were
you.
so good in that. And then what about Grease? Well, that also. I mean, come on.
Well, Grease was a film that I couldn't wait to do. I had done it on Broadway, I'd done it on the road around the country, and I had it in my back pocket, and my daydream was to play Danny Zuko in Grease, and that came true. So that was a personal favorite as far as my wishes and desires.
All right, this is a question from the audience. They want to know the naughtiest place you've ever been naughty.
Oh, well, let's see. Now,
be honest, share everything with us.
what kind of naughty?
Whatever you want to tell us.
Well, the innuendo is kind of a sexy innuendo is what the vibe I get.
Yes.
But there's other naughties.
Sure,
you know. There's naughty and misbehaving in the playground. And then there's naughty and misbehaving with, you know. So I think you want the second. So, airplane.
That's a given.
That's
I mean,
a
you're in
given.
an airplane all the time. We know you're a member of the Mile High Club. Don't think we don't know that.
A nurse's station in a back of a theater when I was doing Grease.
A nurse's station.
Yeah.
Wow. That is naughty.
Is that good enough?
That is good. Now that we've made you totally uncomfortable,
yes.
We're going to take a break and we'll be right back. And here's a recent photo of you. I guess this was a movie you were doing.
Yeah.
Where's your hair? What happened?
Well, you know, I'm playing an undercover CIA guy, kind of a soldier of fortune type guy. And, you know, I decided that would be the look for him.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. I love it. All right. Well, like me, you've had many, many different hairstyles throughout the years, and so I thought it would be fun if we could see if you could guess which one of your movies or TV shows this hair is. To make it more difficult, unfortunately, we've put it on my face. This is not going to be flattering for me at all. I don't know why I do this to myself, but let's see if you know which hair this is.
Okay. Actually, you're very cute as
Thank you. Thank you.
Hairspray.
All right, that's an easy one.
That's an
Sure,
easy one.
sure. All right, the next one.
Vinnie Barbarino.
That's right. That's right.
This is a good idea.
Yeah, no, all right, let's see it again.
Oh, Danny Zuko, baby.
Yeah, all right. That's right, Grease. Okay. All right. Next one.
Urban Cowboy.
That's right. I love that movie, too. I love that movie.
One of my favorites.
All right.
Tony Manero.
That's right. Saturday Night Fever. The last one?
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. All right, both opens in theaters today. We're going to play a brand new game after this, and you're going to dunk someone a little later in the show.
Yes, I am.
All right, we'll be right back. All month long, our friends at Sara Lee are helping us raise money for Feeding America. It's an incredible organization that puts food on the table of millions of families in need. For every person we dunk, Sara Lee, who make those great soft and smooth bread, will donate $10,000 to Feeding America. Please welcome back John Travolta. Where's Lisa McPortland? It's a good cause, though.
It is a good cause.
Where do you live, Lisa?
Oceanside, California.
What do you do?
I am a mortgage loan officer, which means I've been unemployed a lot this year.
Right, exactly, yeah.
I'm a wife and a mother. I have 2 kids, Nicole, who's 17, and Kyle, who's 10. And I can't believe I'm going in that duct tape.
I know. Yeah, but look who's dunking you.
That is so worth it.
I know, I know.
Some dry clothes.
I was promised Ellen would give me dry clothes. I get Ellen panties.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, is it water? Is the water warm?
It's very warm water.
Doesn't matter.
Very warm water, and you get Ellen panties. And how can... All right, Andy's gonna take you in.
Does it go in easily if you even get near it?
Sometimes it's a little.
So she knows that I'll probably not hit it and then push the button.
Probably.
Okay.
She knows she's going in one way or another. Listen, Harry Connick Jr. was here, and we could have been here for hours. It was. He came nowhere close to it.
I am going to only do 3 shots.
Really?
And then if I don't make it on the 3rd one, I'm just going to go push it because it's for a good cause. Right?
Yes, it is for a good cause.
It's a greater good for the greater number.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Go for it.
Oh, that's pretty close.
Here's the second non-hit.
Come on, John.
Oh.
And here's the 3rd non-hit.
Oh. Hi, John.
Hi, Ellen.
You look great.
Oh, you look great.
You look great. Thanks for being here.
Listen, it's a pleasure, and I just want to take one moment to thank each and every one of you throughout this country and throughout the world for all your support and all your love for our family. Thank you very much.
Got a lot of love.
Thank you. I feel that.
It's important all the time, but you got a lot of love. You know that every time you're here, people just adore you. So that's good. You feel it. It's
and
good.
I adore them too.
And Ella's backstage.
She's anxiously waiting.
And this is her first talk show.
This is her first talk show.
And is she? How is she around things like this? Is she nervous?
She's so natural and so phenomenally professional that I think you'll find her perfect. But you'll see for yourself. She's just natural.
And was this her idea or your idea to work together?
Well, initially it was my idea. When she was 5 years old, I said, listen, Daddy wants to do a music video with you or a movie. Your choice. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, I'm not ready. So 2 years later, cut to 7 years old, she said, Dad, I'm ready. I said, which is it, a music video or a movie? And she said, a movie. I said, okay. I thought, gosh, how am I going to find a movie, this quick? So a week later, a script arrives on my desk that is so suited for Ella. It was as though it were written for her. And I called Disney and I said, look, I'm very interested in this movie, but I'm even more interested if Ella gets to do it, my daughter. They said, that's a brilliant idea. Then Kelly got jealous and she wanted to be in it. And I said, okay, would you allow my wife to be in it as well? And they said yes, and so there you have it, a family film.
All three of you
with an old friend, Robin Williams, for, we grew up together, so.
What a great cast.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
That's a photo from the big premiere last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's just, and now, are you more lenient with her if she didn't know her lines, or did you help her out?
Well, the truth be known, I didn't really know if she could pull this off. I was hoping and guessing, and the studio put a lot into this, and I was just, seeing with, but I trusted. I think the most important thing you do with a child is have confidence in them. But she was really on her own to prove to everyone that she could do this. And
what were you doing when you were 9? Just
9?
Curious. Like, what was your, did you want to be an actor, or did
Well, one of the things I wanted to do was fly, and when I was a child, I watched airplanes fly over my house from airliners fly over my house. I collected tickets, airline tickets. I collected airline schedules, and then one year, when I actually was 8, and I got a ticket as a Christmas gift to go from New York to Philadelphia. It was a 20-minute flight, and of course they didn't. It was winter, and I was very excited. I didn't know they had a bathroom on the plane, and I kind of walked down the steps and went in my pants. Yeah. But that's, that's the early 60s, 8, 9-year-olds. Today, a 9-year-old would know that there's a bathroom on an airplane.
Right. Yeah, people stopped peeing in their pants at around that time. And I understand you just started playing tennis, because I think about you, and I think your passion is flying, and that's what you do all the time. But now you're actually staying on the ground, and you have a hobby on the ground.
I do. I took up tennis. I play every day. I play at midnight, kind of vampire style.
Who plays with you at midnight?
The staff of the house that we live at. They stay up.
What staff? Like your housekeeper plays tennis with you?
The house, almost. The house manager and the house maintenance person, they're both live my hours. So at midnight, we go to the local tennis court.
Are they good?
Oh, they're good.
And you said you went to a local court to play? You don't have a court at your house?
I'm building one, so I don't have to do that.
I was going to say, that's weird. So you go at midnight and, like, climb a fence or something and try to sneak in?
Almost. We got permission from the club owner.
That's hilarious. All right, well, we have to take a break, and then we're going to meet Ella after this. We'll be right back. We're back with the charming John Travolta, and it's time to meet Ella. You want to go get her?
Oh, I do.
Then I'll introduce both of you? All right. And her first talk show appearance, please welcome Ella Blue Travolta. Ella Blue?
Whichever you want.
Do you like both names together? It's your choice now. You can start it now. You can decide if you're Ella or Ella Blue. This is a good age to do it.
I guess Ella.
Okay, Ella Blue. You're proud of her, aren't you?
I'm holding back the tears.
Not really, you're not. This is really amazing, isn't it? I mean, it's your first talk show, and last night was the premiere. And that was the first time seeing yourself on, like, a big screen?
Yeah, I had a big head.
Oh, is that what happened? It's hard to watch yourself. Did you find, like, you were looking at yourself going, is that how I talk and stuff like that?
Well, kind of, but it was really fun to see me on. I was like, yes, not only just my parents, but it's me up there, too.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I don't know how many other people could say they've worked with their mom and their dad in a movie. You have two big movie stars, and do you know how cool your dad is? Do you realize how cool he is?
I've always.
Really? That's fantastic that you know that. So, did you know that your dad did commercials before he started out? Because you went right to movies. You didn't have to do commercials or anything.
Nope.
Yeah, let me just show you one of your dad's commercials that he did.
With Mike's the ladder we feel so clean. It's better than leading bars with hexachloramine. You safeguard. With Mike's the ladder we feel so clean. It's better than leading bars with hexachloramine.
How about that?
Skinny days.
I think we have one more.
Da, 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 da. I am stuck on Band-Aid bread, 'cause Band-Aid stuck on me.
All right. Now, this is when you get to say, you know, do you have a clip and we set it up? Because it's nice to do that on shows. You've seen people do that. So this is your first time doing that. So I understand you have a clip.
Yes.
Would you like to set it up?
I don't know if Ella knows the clip,
Oh,
but I
okay.
think you do. It's where the kids have made a mistake and they spilled our medicines. We have medicines for prostate, medicines for you know, high blood pressure, and they spill it in the sink, and they mix up Robin's medicine with my medicine.
Okay.
Now, the side effects of Robin's medicine is different than the side effects from my medicine. Side effects from my medicine is temporary facial paralysis. And here is a scene where Ella is trying to tell me that I look fine.
Uh-huh.
We'll see.
All right, you say roll it.
Roll it.
We have to take a break. We'll be back. That is John Travolta and his lovely daughter, Ella. And that must have been fun, doing that video.
Oh, it was a
Super
blast.
fun.
Yeah, you still got it. You are such a great dancer,
Oh,
John.
thank
You
you.
are such a great dancer. Now, Ella, if you want something, say there's something that you want, who would you go to, your mom or your dad?
It depends. If I really want something, I go to my dad. But if I'm okay if I don't get it, I go to my mom.
Makes sense?
There are things that you go to ask and you don't care if you get them or not. And so who's stricter?
Well, they're both not strict at all, but my dad probably would let me get away with more stuff than my mom, but my mom's not strict.
Yeah.
So.
They seem like just great parents. They just seem like they love you, and like John said, they give you confidence, and because you feel very, very secure in yourself and very well adjusted. That's what I get from you. And are you dating yet?
Nope.
Not dating yet? No. Do you like Twilight, the New Moon movie?
Love
You look
Twilight.
forward to seeing that? And who do you like in the movie? Do you like Robert or do you like Taylor?
I like both. I call it Jedward.
Jedward? You like both of them?
Yeah.
You'd be fine with either one? All right. It's I saw it the other night. You're gonna like it.
I'm super excited.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, is there anything you want to say? This is your first appearance. If there's anything you want to talk about.
I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about.
Oh. Do you like the Jonas Brothers?
Yes.
Yeah. Who do you like in there?
I like all of them.
All of them again. Good.
Yeah.
Good diplomatic answer.
Ella likes horses, and
you're jumping. You were telling me during the break you're jumping already.
she has 3 jobs in the community.
What do you do?
Smoothie King and a pet store because I love pets, and
You work at a pet
The
store?
horse
the
farm.
horse barn.
Wow.
Yeah. I help out and clean
Listen,
and
we
stuff.
need the extra money.
I was going to say, your dad's rich. You don't have to work. That's fantastic that you're working 3 jobs. Will you come back and see us? Because I think that you're going to want to keep doing movies, and I think you're going to have a big career. And I love your dad. I love your dad.
love
Me too.
you.
All right. Old Dogs opens in theaters November 25th. We'll play No or Go after this. Don't go away. Hello, you two. How are you?
Good, you?
It's good to see both of you, and this is quite a treat, I think, for everybody here to see the two of you. How long has it been since you've both been together on TV, and how often do you see each other?
We see each other a couple times a year and probably speak to each other 5 times a year. And it's been about 30 some odd years since we've been on TV.
Since you've been on
together.
TV together. Wow. Well, welcome.
You don't like to rush into things.
Yeah, you want to think about things. You don't want to.
Right.
You're right. You're right.
Exactly.
This is really exciting, and I would think that when people do see you, that it is. I mean, this would freak people out if you would all of a sudden. Like, what do you do when you see each other 3 times a year? What do you get together for?
Well, just to see each other.
Really?
Hang out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that people think we're together every day.
Everywhere I go, people say, "Where's John?"
And they say, "Where's Olivia?" I don't know. I'll check the bathroom. I mean, that's what it feels like.
Like you're always together or
Like
something.
we're always together.
Except, well, now it's not so far-fetched because
That's
you
true.
do actually kind of hang out, right?
We spent the whole summer together recording this CD.
That we'll talk about, which is really exciting.
Yeah,
and I
thanks.
want to talk about that coming together. So when you first met, did you meet on the set of Grease, or did you know each other before Grease?
No, we met for a screen test, but I had a terrible crush on Olivia before I ever met her because I saw that album cover where she's in the blue shirt.
The denim shirt?
Wow.
We all had that?
Yeah. And, I said to the executives at Paramount, I said, there is no other human being in the world that can play Sandy other than Olivia Newton-John. You have to do it.
Thank you.
And it was true. It's true.
And did you immediately say yes, I'll do it, or did you have to think about it?
No, I didn't. I was nervous about it because I was all of 29 and was worried about playing 17 because I'd made a movie in England that didn't do so well. So I wanted to meet John first, of course. And how could you say no? And then wanted to do a screen test to make sure that if I thought I could pull it off.
Yeah.
And we had a great time making the screen test, and there you go.
And then there you go. And then it turns out to be Grease, which turns out to be the most... Now, because the two of you at the time really, like, you know, were like the biggest stars, it seems, you know, in the world. For the two of you to come together and do something like Grease, was it just another one of your big successful things, or was it like, oh, I remember this specific thing doing Grease? Like,
Well,
is there something that sticks out?
I mean, I think that we were aware of our own success at the time, but I think that I had a year of doing the Broadway show, so I knew what it meant to audiences. So I had a little head start on what I thought the movie would mean in its presentation.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Olivia probably was less familiar, so I think it was probably more of a surprise for Olivia than it was for me.
Yeah. And what do you think about when you think about doing the movie? What sticks out in your mind?
Fun. We just had the most amazing time. Because I never went to a school like that. I was in Australia and we wore uniform and boys on one end and the girls on the other end. So to go to a school co-ed and was fun. It was just a great time. It was like we were kids again.
Yeah.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
Yeah, I bet that was fun to just all of a sudden kind of live a life that you didn't get to live, to pretend, And you have a new baby since I've seen you. Congratulations.
Yes,
it's been a long time, I guess. He's 2, right?
He's 2. He's outstanding.
Yeah?
He's so beautiful and so funny. You know, he's still breastfeeding, and he is on his mother's breast. We'll have company, and Kelly's politely covering up herself, but wanting to feed her son. And he will remove the blanket and point to everyone and say, "Noonie for everybody."
How thoughtful of him.
Line up.
He's very sweet. He's a sweet boy.
Right. Very generous boy he is.
Like his dad.
And that must be, and how's Ella enjoying that? Is she a good big sister?
She's such a good big sister.
Yeah.
You know, you've met Ella. She's an extraordinary girl.
Yeah.
But she is a stunning sister.
Oh, that's sweet. That's really sweet. All right, we'll take a break. We'll talk about this amazing CD that you got together to do and many more things. We'll be right back. Just treated to a little dancing from John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John during the commercial break.
The video we just watched
Right.
is a Christmas song, and it's on the CD.
Oh, it is.
And it's by the same writer that wrote "You're the One That I Want," John Farrar.
Right.
But it is a Christmas song.
Right. Okay.
And it's the only new song on this.
And who's in? First of all, I saw Benjamin, your
He's
little
doing
boy.
the happy dance. Yes.
Who else? It seems like everybody's family members in there.
Well, it's all it's my wife and Ben and
Yes.
Ella. You saw Ella.
Yes.
And then it's all the people I've made friends with in the Ocala, Florida area in the last 10 years. So the grandma and the grandpa, these are, you know, the groups of people, the soldiers, these are all people we've known for 10 years and adore.
Oh, and they must have been thrilled when you said, will you be in our video?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They were elated.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so you're traveling all the time. You're traveling all the time. How'd you have time to even put this together?
Well, it was difficult because our logistics had to be really worked. And anyway, for that video, she found a day, and I had 3 days, and we put it all together in a quick 4-day period. But for the record, we did it over 3 months. And then, of course, we had these gorgeous guest stars on it: Barbra Streisand, James Taylor, Tony Bennett,
Cliff
Richards, Chick Corea, and Kenny G.
Wow.
And they contributed.
All on this CD.
And all the proceeds go to our charities, and they knew that. And so once we told them that, I think it even was more impetus to help us.
How do you? Well, they would have said yes anyway, I think. But then when you hear the proceeds go to charity, I know that your charity is, what is that?
The Olivia Newton-John Cancer and Wellness Centre, which is a cancer centre in Australia that has a wellness centre. And I'm working on it for 10 years, and it just opened last July.
That's great.
And very proud that the money will. Any profits on my side will go to the wellness programs in the cancer centre.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And John, I know you set up a foundation for your son, Jet.
Yes.
And the money will go to that foundation.
Exactly.
That must feel good that you were able to do that.
It does, because you know, autism and seizures are the least known about areas of illnesses, and I feel bad that there's so many people dealing with this that there's no answers for. So I feel like starting a foundation that will help that. Plus, I widened it. It's also for handicapped children, handicapped Olympics. It's also for underprivileged children. So I widened my purpose a bit there too.
Good. Good for you. Yeah. All right. All right. Before we go to break. I know we have to go to break and we have to play this game because I want to get to the game because it's fun. But I want to show. You said you brought some outtakes, some footage of.
Okay, this is why you do recording in a studio and not at home. This is us in Benjamin's playroom, and in the middle of rehearsing, I spot a stain on the wood, and I turned into Joan Crawford. I just got obsessed with polishing this. This stain, I just didn't get it. There you go. Okay, maybe now. Okay, I'll get back to the song. Okay, now back to the song.
First of all, then I don't think you just turned into Joan Crawford. I think obviously the way you knew how to do that, you already are. So, all right, we'll take a break and we're gonna play the game after this. Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta are here, and we're gonna play a game. You both love music, so you love musicals, you love musical instruments. I don't know how good you are at any of these, but I have a stack of cards, and I'm gonna show one of you a song, a Christmas song, and you'll have to pick an instrument, and who wants to try to play an instrument first? All right. You're gonna play that.
Okay.
All right, and John is gonna guess. So,
do I guess from here?
You guess from here. All right.
If I can still remember how.
Okay.
No, I don't.
No.
Tra la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly.
What's it called?
Deck the Halls. It's good.
Deck the Halls.
Yeah,
we
Deck
did
the Halls.
this on
You
the
got
album.
it.
That's how
You
good
got
I
it.
know it.
All right. Okay, I remember that. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Now he's going to try to. Okay.
I don't
No,
play
I'm
any
not going to show you.
instruments.
Oh, come on. Rocking around.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
I mean, y'all are really in sync.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Jingle all the way.
All
And
right.
we don't have that
All
on
right.
the album.
All right.
Jingle bells.
Yes, he got it right away.
Okay.
This is the last one. Oh, the old French horn.
Let's see. Hint, not Christmas.
Not Christmas. Do it again.
Not Christmas.
Not Christmas.
More, please.
50s. Slimy.
Slimy.
I don't
We're
know.
most famous for it. Biggest hit in history. You're the one that
That's right!
All right.
Before they got here, I don't know what slimy meant at all.
Grease.
I
Grease.
see.
Slimy.
John and Olivia signed copies of their CDs for everyone in the audience. This Christmas is in stores now. When we come back, John's going to share his obsession with us. I'm not going to stop you from dancing. If you want to dance, I'm going to encourage it. We'll ask you to dance during the break, maybe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think you should.
How's everybody? We're good?
The last time I saw you, you were at the Oscars, and it was an eventful night for both of us.
It was, and I was so envious of not being in that selfie.
Why didn't you get in there?
I was
Were you too
one
far
row
away?
away, and I was just that weird thing where you're embarrassed to join in, and I should have gone with the moment.
You sure should have. Nobody else was embarrassed. They were jumping from across the room to get in there.
I know.
Oh, I wish you would have been in there. Anyway, it was a wonderful night, and have people stopped bugging you about the Dina
Yeah,
Menza?
fortunately, this TV series has stopped all the hubbub about my mishap.
You know, it's a hard name to say.
Not really. I'll tell you, it's not hard. It's that when the cue card is done phonetically, and you didn't rehearse it phonetically, you start pronouncing the oddities in the letters.
Did they do it phonetically? Is that why?
Yes.
Oh, that's not right.
And in rehearsal, it was just, I said, just leave the name as is. Don't do
Right.
anything else. And then
Right.
they switched it to phonetics. I thought, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Maybe she has a different name.
Yeah, maybe it's pronounced differently.
Yeah.
Your entire, well, not your entire family, but a lot of your family is here. And your
My baby girl,
Yes,
who just turned 16.
Happy birthday.
And my beautiful wife, Kelly,
Kelly.
is next to her. And and she's driving now and all that good stuff.
Well, this was her, I think she was on the show, this was her first talk show, right? How old were you?
9.
9?
9.
God, it was that long ago. That's amazing. Look at you, like a little baby there. Now you're 16 and you're driving.
Yeah.
Well, at 16, can you have your license at 16?
Well, yeah, you have your permit at 15.
I have my permit, but in
Now you
May,
can have your license.
I can get my license.
Yeah, she's very good at it. She's never paralleled parked, but other than that, she's very good. And we'll have to learn that for the test at some point.
Why don't we do that today? Why don't we ask you to parallel park today?
That would be awesome.
She can drive my car. I'll let her parallel. That's how much I trust you. Because also I can sue him. So I should ask this. Are you dating?
Oh, no, I don't interfere with that. You know, and I'm saving her because she has 2 guys that she hangs out with. I don't ask anything about what they say or do with each other. I just respectfully...
But yeah, Kelly, do you ask?
I know everything.
You know everything.
Well, mothers always do.
Is she dating?
No.
No.
All right. She's not dating.
Good. Just keep it that way. I never want my children to leave the house, ever.
Yeah, I'm sure. And how old is Ben?
5.
5?
Yes.
Oh, adorable. So you are, I think, the same age. You started flying when you were 16.
That's correct.
It's 16.
Yeah, and then got my license at 19, and then moved on to jet licenses, and there you go. All these, that was the little plane I had when I was 19. I bought it for $2,500.
Did it get off the ground?
Yeah, it did. It never failed me. I'd get lost once in a while because I had no navigation equipment.
Wow.
Yeah.
$2,500, and you went up and you were by yourself?
By myself. Like, I still fly some jets by myself, yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
I mean, I've heard that, and I guess I know that, but I always find that, especially to start that young. So you knew early on, I'm going to fly.
I did. I had a passion for it from Ben's age on.
Yeah.
And of course, my older sister, Ellen, she was in show business. She was flying all around the country, and she's in summer theater with different old movie stars and stage stars, and we'd see her off at the airport, and I connected the glamour of show business with the glamour of flying.
Yeah.
And I just had my own particular passion for it. It was awesome.
And does anybody else in the family want to fly? Want to be a pilot?
Do you want to fly, Ella? Yeah, she does.
You've never asked her.
Well, no, I was doing your job, but I shouldn't have. But,
Yeah.
but I wanted to answer for herself. I mean, I know that both Ben and Ella are interested in flying. I just, to what degree,
Yeah.
I never want to push it, because if you don't push it, sometimes they actually would like to do it,
Right.
as opposed to
And
forcing.
you'd like them to fly?
Yeah, I would.
Really? Kelly,
We
do
need
you,
smart
you
people
have
up in the sky.
do you know how to fly?
I'm an expert flight attendant.
I see. And that's good enough.
That's good enough.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't even understand it. But we have to take a break, and we want to talk about, you're so good in this, and I am obsessed with it, as everybody else is. It's a phenomenon. It's amazing, and it's done so well, and you're brilliant, and we'll talk about People versus O.J. after this.
Thank you.
It's John Travolta in the People versus O.J. So it is so good. How many more are there left for most
Tomorrow
people to
night
see?
is the final.
Tonight.
Oh, tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, tonight.
But I was so obsessed with it that I watched the entire thing ahead of time, and you're so good in this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, it has to feel good. I mean, what did you think when you first got the script and heard about it?
Well, you know, Ryan Murphy and Nina Jacobson are at the top of the game. They do the best television there is. So I knew the quality of people, but I was worried about the tragedy of it, because I have experienced much tragedy, and I would never want anyone to exploit that. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't leaning toward that, or rather the messages and the product be enlightening about the truth behind the scenes of the legal and judicial system and the race issues and all that, and it was honest to that subject.
Yeah.
And I did ask very significant people prior to, which they'll remain nameless, and I don't know why I say that. I just haven't had permission to ask their names, but I took 2 months to decide and then 4 months to solidify it. They even allowed me to be a producer to assure the quality of it if I was worried about this being a guilty pleasure or something.
Yeah.
So all that happened prior to it, but these four powers in the industry really encouraged my doing it to a very strong degree. And then I finally just said yes, and I was so confident that we would do something that was bigger than the obvious.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, because obviously we all know the story and how it ends, so it's not like we're going to go, what happens?
Exactly.
But to play Robert Shapiro and to do it so, I mean, your mannerisms and everything. Did you study the way he was? Did you watch film?
Well, this is my take. I pretty much do the same thing with any character I play, but because I'm such a popular or familiar face, I always find it's important to invite an audience in with the character's attributes, physical as well. So whether it's my mannerisms, my behavior, but also the way I look, it's important to take them along so they're not distracted by saying, oh, there's someone I'm very familiar with, there's John Travolta, and I know him, and what is he doing in this piece?
Yeah.
Instead, I look like Robert Shapiro and behave like Robert Shapiro, and now we can tell a story.
Yeah, you did a brilliant job. It is a beautiful piece of acting, and the whole thing. Sarah Paulson is brilliant. The whole cast. It's just, anyway, and if you haven't seen the whole thing, I'm sure there's a way to start from the beginning. It's a 10-part series, and just done so well, and you learn so much. I mean, even the fact that you were able to go over and tamper with the evidence and put the gloves on ahead of time, that shouldn't have been allowed, and he did that.
All the little details that told the truth, I think, for some viewing, just kind of just settled a lot of stress over interpretation and misinterpretation.
Yeah.
So you really got to understand by us telling these smaller truths that the totality equaled the outcome.
Yeah, well said. Great. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to play a really fun game called 5-second rule, which is really hard.
I know. Yeah, it is hard.
It's 5 seconds goes by real fast.
It does.
Yeah. And it's a rule, so because in the name. We'll be back. We're back with John Travolta, and it's time to play one of my favorite games, 5-second rule. Here's what's going to happen. Paul here is going to ask us to name 3 things in a category, like 3 types of cars or whatever, and you have 5 seconds to answer it. So I'll go first, just so you're clear on how this thing goes. There's 5 seconds on there, so when I hit it, we'll see what's left. All right, Paul, tell me.
Okay, here we go. Ellen, tell us 3 things in your house you love to clean.
The kitchen counters, the floors, and the sofa.
Ooh. So good.
Okay, here we go. John, make us 3 animal noises.
It's $1,000, accept it.
I think 2 of those were the same animal.
No. It's $1,000.
All right.
Okay, Ellen.
It's for charity. Go ahead.
Here we go. Ellen, name 3 things that make you laugh.
People falling down, and animals that are doing funny things.
Oh, no.
God, there's so many things. Darn it.
There's you. You make you laugh.
No.
No. I make me laugh.
Should have said.
I should have said Ellen.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
John. So, name 3 things you do that make your kids laugh.
Oh, gosh, imitations, singing, dancing, and that may not even be true. But it's $1,000.
Okay, here we go. You're both friends with Oprah. So, Ellen, tell us 3 things you love about her.
She's generous, she's kind, she's loyal.
Okay. Here we go. John, give us 3 more.
She likes to eat, she's affectionate, and she's really smart.
We all like to eat. It's like no one else likes to eat. Like, hey, you guys, Oprah likes to eat.
Okay, here we go.
This is awesome.
I know, isn't it fun?
It is fun.
Okay, here we go. Ellen.
What?
Jumping. Name 3 games kids play.
Hopscotch, hide and seek, tag.
Right.
Ooh, that was your best so far.
Yeah.
Time-wise.
I know Charles games.
Yeah, oh boy.
Here we go. John, name 3 things you can't resist.
Oh, sweets, movies, and hugs. Playing, our friends at Chidio, which is a charity broadcast network, is going to donate $10,000 to your favorite charity. The season finale of People vs. O.J. Simpson airs tonight at 10 on FX. We'll